hosts of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The economy is still pretty strong, regardless of what the market is saying.
Yeah, don't worry about the market. I love it, regardless of what the market's saying. They've been pointing to the stock market since 2008, telling you that the stock market, that's the indicator. It tells you how well the economy is doing. Are you kidding me? They've been taking parking space in everyone's head that the stock market is the leading indicator. What is it leading? What exactly, if that's the case, then please tell me what exactly was it leading in March of 2000 when the dot-com crashed? Because the stocks were overvalued, so overvalued. Remember, back then, if you took the stocks during that dot-com era and you compared the value of the stocks to how much the economy was growing, the ratio was 150. Now remember, for 54 years up to the dot-com, the ratio was in line about 65. 150, they thought that was crazy. November of 2008, stock valuations insane, 155. Remember the trend line about 65. We used 65, the trend line, since 1954. Then the market crashed because of the value. Well, one reason, because of the valuations. And here we are, February 2020. The market crashed, remember? Went down 31%. What were the valuations in? What was the ratio between their value and how much the economy was growing? Remember, for 54 years, the trend line, we used 65. The dot-com crash when it reached 150. The housing crash when it reached about 155. And we're at 204. And this idiot saying these stocks are right where they should be. This is nuts. People have no idea what's going on. I said yesterday, do you remember what happened last Wednesday? Last Wednesday, a week ago, Powell came out with an announcement. He was coming out with his announcement that he's going to start tapering. Now let's think about this. He's going to start tapering in such a fragile economy. Are you kidding me? He's going to start tapering, start raising rates, and tapering back the $130 billion he prints every month to prop up the stock market, to prop up the economy. He's going to start cutting it back. And when an economy that's so fragile, and the market shot up 350 points, everybody was excited and happy. I go, oh, what's wrong with these people? And then what did I say? I said, watch the market. I said, it will change. I said, it'll change. A market on a big event, on a big announcement like this, never looks the same. 2 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks later. That's right. And what happened? All of a sudden, the next day, boom, the gains are gone because people realize this is insane. He's going to start cutting. He's going to start cutting that $120 billion a month in half. That's been that's been our life support. It's like when you go into the hospital and to see somebody, he's on life support and he's got tubes. That's our tubes in our nose and our throat and our mouth. That's the life support. And he's got to cut it back because they're saying, oh, how great the economy is. Then what happens? Well, all of a sudden, I said to everybody, you watch Powell, what he's going to do now. Powell's really getting nervous because of the problem with the yield curve and the problem with the yields. He's really worried about the banks because the banks, he has a lot of bank shares. Remember when he shorted the market back in February 2020? I said, he has a ton of bank shares. He sold about 5 million short, remember? And then I said, Bernanke has a ton of bank stock, and so doesn't Yellen, and so doesn't Pelosi. And I said, you watch. These bank stocks have been going down, down, down. He's going to do something to turn these bank stocks around. Here's what I said yesterday. Like here, the banks, remember I told you they're going to have to rally these banks. So watch, especially your regional banks. They're going to try to rally those, okay? So I started on Monday warning and telling my members, watch the banks. They're going to start rigging the banks to go back up because they're losing too much money. They have too much ownership of stock. And sure enough, what's he do? He turns around and he manipulates the yields. He starts manipulating the yield. He wants the yields to go up. So think about this. We have an inverted yield curve. Not only here, remember, we have an inverted yield curve in Europe. Europe's going to go down first. But we have an inverted yield curve. You got the 10-year yield curve going down, and you got the 2-year going up. That spells crash. That spells recession. It's never, we've never had a yield curve and a recession crash hasn't followed, always followed. But he's got to get his bank stocks back up. So all of a sudden we wake up this morning and the market's up what? About 400 points? Are you kidding me? And all of a sudden the bank stocks start going up because he's literally manipulating the stock market to take the yield curve that's curving down, and he's going to try to physically turn that yield curve and turn it back up so that the bank stocks will start rallying and he will start getting his losses back. This is what goes on Wall Street. And you want to listen to these guys who give you advice? Like this character here?
To me, we have the strongest economy perhaps I have ever seen.
Yeah, so you want to take advice from him? Are you kidding? Or any of these characters? This is nuts. So so now the bank stocks, he's trying to rally them. Good luck. Good luck. And here's the thing that's funny. People have no idea what they're doing. So they're jumping in and buying the bank stocks, right? They're jumping in and buying the bank stocks. And the bank stocks, money is pouring out of them. Pouring out of the bank stocks. And people are still in there buying them. Are you kidding? Here, good example. I hope you can go to, if you have a mobile device, go to my chart, go to philsgang.com, and you can see this. This is insane. So he's trying to change, and he's manipulating the 10-year Treasury yield, okay? He's trying to get that 10-year Treasury yield back up so that you'll get out of your safety Procter & Gamble. And I told my members the other day, your Procter & Gamble and your Clorox and Colgate, watch those. There's no loyalty to them. Soon as they start pushing up they start turning around and manipulating and start pushing up the yield curve, okay, what's going to happen? Okay, you're going to see them drop, or if they manipulate down even further, okay, then the tech stocks are going to go up. But I was talking about the bank stocks. I said those bank stocks will start going up, and sure enough, but stocks like J.P. Morgan, look at it. They went up in the last 3 days, but money's pouring out of them. People are going to get killed again. Buy on the dip, they tell you. This is insane. These people should be in jail. Better yet, get my chart and make money off it.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grant at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. It's free for 10 days. And I am telling you, once you learn how to short, what a difference it makes in your portfolio. Because stocks go down. They go down. Even if you don't get a crash, they go down. And why should you sit there losing money when it's so easy? And during that 10 days, you'll see how easy it is. In fact, if you want to make it real easy, you don't even want to learn anything, you join our group of stocks. Then you get the color-coded chart, and then you get a group of stocks that every day, Steve is our education class, it's our portfolio of stocks. Our working investor stock. So you go to my site, philsgang.com, and sign up for the working investor group, and you have that portfolio. And he goes over that portfolio every day with every stock, so you know exactly what to do, when to add, when not to add, when to take profits, when not to take profits, when to turn around and sell short. When you sell short, what a difference it makes. You get out of that category of 80% of people losing money in the stock market constantly. You jump over to the side we're on, the 20% who make money consistently in the market, because we follow not the noise, the garbage, we follow yields, we follow the bonds, we know what the hell we're doing. Now let's think about it for a second. So Powell last week makes that announcement, he turns around, and everybody's all giddy. Last Wednesday, a week ago today. And then they thought about it over the weekend, and they came back and sold. The market was down. They said, oh, my God, man, this is not good, is it? I told you it's not good. No, it's not good. Because you can't think of this market. If you look at this market, the Dow, since 2008 to 2021, okay, just take the Dow alone, is up 205%. Now, if you go to the low of 2009, it's up 448%. But let's take the S&P. That's the one you should be focusing on. 2008 to where we are today, it's up 583%. If you take the S&P in the last 12 months, up 25%. If you take the S&P from February, remember when February the market crashed? February down to March, the pandemic. Well, if you got into the market with us, March of 2020, the lows, and stayed in for 1 year, you're up 83%. All you had to do is stay with the S&P. But my point I'm making to you, these stock gains, where do you think they got them from? Where do you think they got these stock gains from? When you got headwinds, like the yield curve inverting, now they're going to raise rates, they're going to taper, and all the other headwinds, historic inflation, historic stock valuations, nuts, historic margin debt. We never had people borrow so much money to buy stock, so dangerous. Equity withdrawals from their home. We've never had this kind of equity withdrawals from their home to buy stocks and to go shopping and paying their bills. Remember, inflation is so high, they can't pay their bills. Because inflation is going up. You know what gasoline is. You know what meat is, chicken is, goods. They're going up so fast that they have negative discretionary income. After they pay their taxes and so forth, they have a negative discretionary income. So take a negative discretionary income, on top of the fact they're not getting wage increases, they're in deep trouble. The people are in deep trouble. And what do they say? Oh, no, they're not. The people are doing fine. They tell us that every day, right? The consumer's doing great. The economy's great. The consumer's strong. How many times do we hear about how strong the economy is, how strong the consumer is? It tells us that every day we hear that. Not true. Now, going back to how did the market get that high from 2008? How did that's incredible. You think it was because of business investment? Do you think they went in with business investment, which increases productivity, which increases wages, which increases jobs, which increases standard of living, which increases our economic growth? You think that's how we got there? No. Our economy wasn't growing. The stock market was going up because it's rigged. It's linked. It's linked to being rigged. And all you had to do is just follow it. See, stop listening to the noise. You follow the money. If you're with us, you follow the money on the way up, and you'll turn around and follow the money on the way down. But think about what they had to do. You had all that stimulus. Remember what stimulus is? Life support. You had the QE1. They put in $1 trillion. QE2. This was 2008. Then 2010. Then September 2011. Then 2012, October. So they went from 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012. They needed all this money because the economy was going down, but the stock market was going straight up. Think about that. Insane, isn't it? Then they turned around, and then when things were getting so bad, remember when Trump came in, he had to do his $2 trillion deal. The CARES Act. Remember? He had to do his $2 trillion CARES Act. Then after he finished his CARES Act, remember, then Biden came in, and he had to do his plan, his American plan. Think about it. Everything is always being propped up with printed money. Everything. All this printed money. So everybody's saying the only people that are benefiting or getting wealth are the big boys, the 1 percentile, because all they do is keep printing money. That's all, to keep making the stock market go up. And the stock market and a company doesn't have to have profits anymore. So how could you be losing money? Well, you are because you don't have the right charts, and wait and see what happens when the market starts to crash.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang gives platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing.
Put your money to work. Make your investments pay. Listen to Phil Grandy. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, please. For 10 days, you're going to learn how to sell a stock short. You're also going to learn a lot of other valuable information. Like, before you buy a stock, you always look at the yields. The bond market always tells you what's going on. Do you know how much we have people? We never had this amount of money. $950 billion, more than that, almost $1 trillion now. People are borrowing to go in and buy stocks because they listen to these people on the fake business news network telling how great things are. And they point to the stock market and tell you the stock market identifies how great the economy is doing when the stock market has nothing to do with the economy. Nothing at all. Nothing. And right now, they're telling us, Powell said last week, and that's why the market was back down after he said that. They started to think about it. He's going to do 7 cuts. That's it, over 3 years. Just think about that. He's just going to do 7 cuts over 3 years. That's going to amount to nothing. That's why the market rallied. They said, oh, great, he's not going to do anything. And it rallied because he said, oh, he's only going to cut back half. That gives us $60 billion a month to keep doing what we're doing, to keep interest rates at zero. Why do you think the market rallied when he announced that? Because they said, this is a nothing burger. When Vogler, to kill inflation, you know what the inflation is. You know what your gasoline's costing. You know what meat's costing. You know what chicken costing you. Vogler went in and raised rates 17 times. 16 times. 4%. in 1 month to break the back of inflation. Greenspan, between 1987 and 2006, he raised rates 29 times. In 2005 alone, he raised rates 7 times. Bernanke raised rates from 2007 to 2009 4 times in 1 year. In 1 year. Yellen raised rates 5 times in 2 years. Powell's going to raise rates 7 times. He's never going to do it. He's not going to raise rates. Now, why do you think, if everybody's doing so well and the economy's doing so terrific, why do we have more people? We're having historic equity withdrawals. The house being used as an ATM machine. Our consumer debt is historic, $15 trillion. $4.5 trillion is historic. We've never owed so much on student loans, auto loans, credit cards. This is nuts. People are withdrawing money from their equity. That's the worst thing you can do, and they're buying stocks with it. And then we have this lethal combination. We got high inflation, high stock valuations, rising rates, and they're going to taper. QE, take that $120 billion a month and cut it back in half. How do you do that when the economy is on life support? Stimulus is life support. So what do? You can't fight them. And think how much money they had to push this economy up. Now they're going to stop? Wait a minute, think about it. They had to go in and do QE1, QE2, the twist in QE3, QE4. There's like $3 million there. And then he had to turn around and print another $51 trillion, $18 trillion, $11 trillion of $15 trillion. That was a 336% increase in the last 18 months to keep things going. And then remember what they had to do. They had to come in, and Trump had immediately print $2.2 trillion for the CARES Act. Remember the SBA loans, and he was helping everybody with payroll, the small businesses. And then Biden had to come in and spend another $2 trillion on the American Rescue Plan. Remember, everybody got a $1,400 check. Every individual, every married couple got $2,800. Every child got between $2,000 and $3,000. Cities, if you were a city like Sarasota and you spent more money than you took in, they wrote checks up to $350 billion. So they would take care of cities and states. Can you imagine taking care of cities and states? Now, let me tell you something. The biggest problem with this deal, and why we're going to have the biggest crash in history, they never let us go into a recession. Recession is one of the most important things. And they stopped doing them. And who's responsible for that? Baby Bush is responsible for that. Remember what crashes do. Crashes, or these recessions, they're put in place as a mechanism so you don't end up with a Marxist government. What's that mean? Every time you have a crash, you go in, start a recession, or the recession starts automatically. And it's important because you want to identify the weakest of the weak, the weakest banks, the weakest corporations, the weakest small business, big business. And then what you do with those that are just hanging on a thumb's nail, you let them go broke. You don't subsidize, you don't throw money at them, you don't help them. You let them go broke, then you take those assets and spread it among your strong guys, your strong companies. And then you go in and do business investment on those strong companies. You let the others fail. But see, we stopped doing that. This whole thing with the American Rescue Plan and even Trump's CARES Act was to support the bad actors, not let anybody fail. That's bringing us down to a Marxist kind of government. That's the difference between us and Marxists. That if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to make it. You got to make it. And if you do well, we're going to make sure you're going to get your regulations cut. We're going to make sure you have access to business loans. That's what's important. But when you go in and you do all these plans, the American Rescue Plan, that's a Marxist plan. You're going to go in and you're going to help. You're going to, again, go in and subsidize everybody. See, once you have a recession and you get rid of the weak players, you keep the strong players, and then you take business investment That's when business investment comes in. But see, people aren't doing business investment. Investors aren't coming in because they know they're going to be coming in and supporting bad players. That's what's going to take. That's another reason why this market is going to have a big crash, because we never got to that point in 2008 to let the market go into a recession, get rid of the bad players. Now we got all these programs. God's sakes, help us. CARES Act, American Rescue Plan, the American Family Plan, which is a backdoor to the American Rescue Plan. Remember, the American Rescue Plan, they stopped a lot of the stuff. They stopped like the child tax credits and the $1,400 individual, 28 married. Well, that's going to come back in under the American Family Plan. Biden's tying it back to the American Rescue Plan that was passed. So he's trying to do thank God they couldn't get it through. So what do? We take advantage of this and we make money. Unfortunately, what's been going on, the only people that are making money in the stock market are the top 1 percentile. They're the only ones that have been making money. Remember, I told you, they made $15 trillion from March of 2020 to March of 2021. $15 trillion they split up. Like Main Street got nothing. Main Street got nothing. Main Street's getting screwed. And Powell's screwing them again. Look what he's doing. He's going to manipulating these yields. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. So here's what you do. Join my gang, and you'll always be on the right side of the market. Why? Because you're going to have the skills that when the market goes down or your individual stock, you're going to be making money with the same ease as you do in buying a stock. That's, again, why 80% of people lose money, because they don't know how to do that. We'll take care of that. In fact, go to our store if you want. And we have a beautiful shorting webinar. Go to our holiday store. And what a great gift certificate that would be. The easy way to learn how to sell short. Or why don't you just join the gang for 10 days? Free. But you got to do something. Don't sit there and listen to these people telling you how great our economy is, how great everything is. It's not true. None of it is. Put yourself in position to make money either way.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com. Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Oh, the weather outside.
Don't wait. Make it a prosperous new year with Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. And we'll see you on the charts.
And welcome back. You know, tomorrow will be the last day. And I had a laugh. This is how crooked these people are. Listen to what she says. Well, listen to this, and I'll explain. Unbelievable, the gall.
The tradable low will take place between December 22nd and December 24th. The bottom will be this week.
Okay, so here's what she knows. December 22nd is today. What happened today? Our friend Powell comes in and he rigs the yield. Remember, he moved the yield up 10 basis points. How does he do that? He simply takes the treasuries that's on his balance sheet. Remember, he goes around to the banks. He goes around to these companies that are broke and they need cash. And so he'll turn around and they'll buy the treasuries. Now, when he needs to move the yield up, because he's been pushing his dear banks down, he simply sells treasury off his balance sheet. That pushes the yield up. That's what he did yesterday. So today the banks would rally, okay, by simply pushing the yield up. So she says, so she knew that was going on. Today's the 22nd. Everybody knows that he moved in the last 24 hours, the crook, he moved the treasury yield up 10 basis points. That's huge. To try to push the bank stocks up, which he owns, and Bernanke owns, and Yellen owns. That's what's going on today. Now, she knows tomorrow's the 23rd. That's it. Is it open half day tomorrow or all day? I think it's open all day tomorrow, right? Thursday. Yeah. So that'll be the last day. And again, the volume is so light because all the big guys are gone. So she knows that the base will be in. So they're creating an illusion. Now, she also knows the last 5 days of December is our Christmas rally. So you take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And then you got Fridays closed down. So the last 5 days is our Christmas. The last 5 days of December is our Santa Claus rally. and the first 2 days of January. So she knows that's going to happen anyways. And she also knows that the volume is so light that nobody's going to be shorting stocks. This is why you need to join our gang, so we can guide you. And why don't you just be in our portfolio? So Steve every day can tell you what to do.
And looking at SPY, continue to hold this with a scout for a short for now. Okay, for it to be a good long, it has to break out at the top, right? It has to take.
I mean, who else does that for you? Who does that for you? Nobody does that for you. So you're getting all this nonsense thrown at you. That just pure lies. Listen to this one.
What's going to drive the market in 2022 is earnings growth. What's going to drive the market in 2022 is earnings growth.
Really? How do you get earnings growth? Where's the earnings growth come from? From stock buybacks. That's why they do QE. But they're cutting back QE. They're raising rates. Remember, since 2008 to now, the market went up, the S&P went up over 500%. Has nothing to do with profits. You don't need profits anymore in the stock market. A company doesn't need to have profits for a stock to go up. What he needs is QE. He needs to make sure the Federal Reserve keeps printing money and goes in and buys treasuries to make that 120 billion, print 120 billion every month, go in and buy treasuries, keep interest rates at zero. That's what he needs. And then when it's interest rate zero, he borrows that money, a company, and he buys his own shares, and that pushes the price up. He doesn't need profits. But they're stopping that. They're stopping that. So how can she say that? How can she say we're going to have earnings growth of earnings 2022? No, the only place you're going to have growth of earnings is the same 6 stocks that drove the whole S&P. Remember, the S&P since 2008 is going up by 6 stocks. Facebook, Netflix, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Apple. Those are the stocks that contribute to the S&P. They're part of the S&P. And because they're part of the S&P, if I took those out, the S&P would be nowhere. They have been driving the S&P up 500% since 2008. They have drove the S&P this year, 1 year, 12 months, up 25%. They drove the S&P up from March 2020, remember the crash, February to March, when we hit our March lows, we went up 83% in the S&P. What the hell are you doing in a 401k? You're crazy. But all of that action comes from what? Not tapering. But he's tapering. Not raising rates for 13 years. He's raising rates. So think of how they're lying. You can't, remember, companies don't earn money anymore. Just those companies, the ones I just gave you. A handful of companies do it and push up the S&P. The other 492 companies, whatever, most of them don't even have any earnings. And what have we done? We've been rewarding these bad, terrible companies. That's what they do in Russia. That's what they do in Cuba, North Korea. See, all I want to do is make money consistently by following the money. I don't need to follow these people. I don't want any stockbroker talking to me. Stay away from me. I don't want to watch CNBC. I don't want to watch Fox Business. It's all garbage, just like the 401k. They're rotten to the core, like the 401k. So popular, these 6 stocks, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Tesla, Facebook. A record amount of money is being borrowed on margin to purchase them. But what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now when all of a sudden they tell us, well, wait a minute, we're going to stop all this for 13 years. No more zero rates. We're not going to taper anymore. We're going to cut back, and we're going to raise rates. What do you think is going to happen? And what do you think is going to happen to the housing market? What do you think? But nobody cares. Everybody's in la-la land. They think, oh, this will just go on forever. No big problem. I'll go borrow some more money, go buy stocks. Instead of learning, say, you know what? I want to know how when the market does crash, and if they keep the market going up for another month, 2 months, 3 months, fine. I'll make money on the way up. But my protection is not buying Clorox. My protection is not buying options. My protection is selling short. Simply taking the spiders and selling them short. Look, when you got the consumer right now, 4.5 trillion of his 15 trillion is student loans, auto loans, and credit cards. And most of these are being taken care of by going and taking care of the equity on their house, taking it from their equity on their house. When you got the headwinds of rising rates, tapering, historic inflation, historic stock valuations, yield curve inversion, and she's got the nerve to come out and tell my members that that the bottom's going to be in and we're going to grow the market?
The tradable low will take place between December 22nd and December 24th. The bottom will be this week.
Yeah, I wonder why the bottom's going to be. It's not the bottom. Every year this time, every year, right before Christmas, you don't have anybody shorting the market. Nobody's around. She knows that. But see, she's lying to you, trying to make it feel like you got to go in now and start buying the bottom of the stock market's in. Just like they're telling you to buy stocks like the bank stocks today. And yesterday, you bought CFG. If you went and bought Citizen Financial, you think you're really doing great, don't you? But what you don't understand, if you bought that stock, and let's say you bought Citizen Financial and you bought it at a low of $43.56 on Monday, and now it's at $46.15, you're going to give it all back. How do I know? Because my chart's never wrong. And if you just try it for 10 days free, you'll say, God, he's right. His chart is never wrong. Because it always shows the direction of the money. And if the direction of the money is going out and you're buying a stock that's going up, it can't continue to go up. It will turn around on you and go down when you least expect it. Join my gang free for 10 days. Check out the chart. It works. Learn how to short. Help St. Jude.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.